So tough scenes, but we've seen forZe manage to pull out those kind of situations before. We'll see if they can do it again. Into the pistol they go. No dualies this time. Kind of a bummer. After having quaddies in both pistol rounds on Ancient. They're not about it. They're not about that life. Instead, it's going to be Norvi, who's pressured on top of the hut, and Norvi, who's dealt with, but he's got support from his teammates, and Zorta is doing an impressive amount of damage, but Hades has the answers. All of the answers, and a bomb to retrieve. There's a pinch. The Heaven player won't be able to deny this plant because they're on the correct side of the cooling towers. Jerry's up the vent. It wasn't spotted. He's going to have to break it, though. Going to have to give up that audio cue, and that's the issue here.
Oh,
now he's going to be checked. USB's been spotted. There's not the kill, though, for Snappy. IGL's facing off around that ladder, and ENCE has to make the move, but they have given them the space to do so. Jerry, meanwhile, the distraction, and a distraction will eventually be dealt with. Hades and ENCE. I have to make the moves. Two players who came into these rosters at similar times, and well, ENCE just made the footsteps. Now Hades knows he's not on it. He can just play the time. He's won it. He's won this round.
All over, all done. Hades runs away, claims 3 in the round. And a pistol for ENCE. It initially looked so strong for forZe. The defense up from the Heaven side was excellent, but the fight back in here from Hades as an individual was huge. Opens up at sight, and as well enables his team to just rotate on through, find space back towards lobby, and the second that that vent went unpopped and Jerry was isolated down below, it felt like it was all over. 1 versus 2. Bomb not planted, no kit, not a very winnable round, and now the investment will come on through. A strong one for ENCE. The force buy for forZe, not quite the same. Deagles, CZ for Jerry. What can they get done? Damage. That's the hope, a win. Maybe we don't have pipe dream for now, but these boys are strong on the individual level. Maybe the Deagles can make it a reality.
Patience being shown early on here, obviously expecting potentially some aggression to come through. The lobby crunch, a classic you want to hold out for, and forZe aren't giving that to them just yet. Don't seem to know exactly where they want to play, figuring out the positioning here towards A, hoping for the hit to come through. And that's a great shot outside. That gun completely isolated. Now that's a rifle added to the arsenal. That's something to work with going into this. ENCE will be able to bring that back to bear. My triggers a response from ENCE, but a smoke in kind of denies them, shuts it down. Won't be able to do so. They'll funnel back into the ramp instead. And it is a good read, to be fair. No one can deny this. No one is in position. They were set up for the stack towards A, which is reasonable, but it has left a gap to get this bomb on down.
What do we have to work with? The retake will Deagle for Zorta. That's a kit down on the ground, and this can get camped for Snappy. No one else has that in place, so full 10 seconds required unless they can fight for the space and reclaim timing. That's an issue. They have to move quickly. That recovered Galil for ENCE can help out in the endeavor, but Molly's at their feet. The bomb already nearly halfway ticked. It's Norvi over towards Decon. He's being held down by Hades as another man up above will swing off the contact towards the ramp side, and Dodo, he'll find his mark. Delphi knows this one's over. No kit, no chance. The gun recovered. At least it's something to bring into the next round, and forZe make it costly. ENCE convert onto a second.
Bomb go boom. Bomb go boom. Not going to be able to invest into this round, though. They will have that one Galil to work around for Shelfie. But not going to be able to put much around him. Not if they want to get their economy going in the long run. So should be another comfortable round for ENCE, barring shenanigans. I do like a cheeky bit of shenanigans. Let's see if they can shenana again. That didn't work. That didn't. I'm just
if you believe anything can work. But you doubted yourself.
I did.
It didn't work in the end. Shelfie, can he be a hero here? He's worried about someone top marshalling. He's more worried about the players close in smoke. It's MAC-10's spraying away, but no bullets connecting. Stay as Stormtroopers for now. As the hit works its way out towards this A site. Jerry. Oh, inside the hut. Norvi up top. The 5-7 nearly finds the kill. Not quite able to finish it on out. And while Jerry is claimed one a second. Ooh, now a gun recovered. Wait a minute. This is risky. If he finds Hades, it could be over, but no. It's left to ENCE. Eagle in hand. D-Hall on the swing, and the movement is just superior. A moment there Where Jerry looked like he could turn the tides, but ENCE, they stay comfy. They take 3.
And nicely recovered, they get 3 rifles out of it as well. They get the guns up. They're going to leave the SMGs on behind, and they're going to actually have a pretty good buy here to deal with the first gun round coming out from forZe without having to deplete their bank. This is the ideal scenario. You're running, it's a bit of a bonus with the Galils, but not really. It's fine. You got the full util. You got everything you could possibly want. This is the best possible scenario to rebuff this first gun round and give yourselves a chance to really start to pick up the rounds. Where are they going to take it? Outside control is going to be exerted. A little bit of outside presence at the very least. And it's a very soft hold from forZe. They're allowing so much space. So much space. And as these smokes might go in, it would just be a path down secret should they want to take it. And they don't. It's the deeper smokes. 3 committed to it. To allow themselves the options. And a nade lands right in the lap of ENCE. I think he's been spotted here. Certainly has now. And he'll need to back off of this.
Nade finds nothing. DreamHack able to sidestep the fragments of the high explosive device. His Zordy's up. He's not going to find anything off that cross. He's going to reposition himself up towards heaven and have a second look-see. But in the meantime, Secret has been fully taken. 4 of these players all working down below. And it's just the wounded ENCE to hold. He's probably at least 2 in this position, and he doesn't get anything. Dodo, great shot to remove the head of the CT and open up this site completely over towards the ramp. There's a desperate rotation, a desperate fight, but again, it's Dodo winning out. It's allowed DreamHack to push so deep, to claim even more space, recover an upgraded weapon, and when Zordy claims the lurk of Sphinx, it's still a site that's the issue. In a 3 versus 4, with limited utility and an op on a retake, the question is, do you even go for it? And the answer seems to be no. And able to grab themselves 4 and extra money in the back pocket. I wouldn't hate to see him go on the hunt.
Don't know if they're going to find anything here. Their initial choice not going to lend itself to finding any of these guns. But they did give it the old college try, if you will. The old attempt. Give it a rumble. Still, forZe do have at least something to build upon in this next round that might coax them to actually invest on in to prompt to try this, but they have been rebuffed in a big way, and ENCE now has a chance to just continue to roll over them. They are going to invest, they are going to build some stuff around, but not majorly. Not majorly. They want to keep it healthy so that they can buy into the next one, and they will be able to do so. The question is, can you hold ENCE back? Because at this point, there's cash, there's kills, there's rounds flowing for the Finnish organization. If you don't stop them quickly, you might just be finished before you know it. Oh, fast play in, but Jerry holds on to the first. Nearly gets the second as well. He's done so much damage to potentially set up his team, but they've got the site. They've got the site. One more kill would be huge. They can't find that, though. It actually gets answered back the other way, and while they try and plant, this site is still very insecure. Bomb's going down. Sphinx is low. Deke is not a whole lot better. And that's a huge kill on the one healthy player. Here we go. forZe are into it now. DreamHack gonna have to try and pull off a hero play, and he's already down for the count. It's all onto Sphinx. Can he do damage? That's the op dropped, and the op out of a position where it's recoverable. It hasn't fallen down. Sphinx, if he can find anything more, that would be huge, but he cannot. Not today, not here, not now. And so the bomb will be defused. The round will be won. norV is going to see if he can wait long enough for somebody to get in position to get that AWP. He can indeed. It's not a problem. They'll be able to retrieve it. They'll be able to get the big green. Oh,
Cherry on top of the round,
back
but
to okay. There we go. Okay.
Nah, throw it straight on down for norV to grab on through. forZe looks so good on the retake, and I love this quick pinch that comes through up the vents. Shelfie able to find that damage, but it was really the initial man on the site, Jerry, who knocked those 2 players down to low HP. Say that both those members' vents were healthy. Maybe we find ourselves in a different situation, but he did his job, and the young guns of his squad are able to claim up the round. Still, ENCE's economy is nowhere near broken. In fact, it is still sitting pretty here. Money in reserve. Another setup. Maybe just work something out towards A. The door is destroyed. Zordy looks for an early line, but he won't find it. Instead, he's just barreling out onto the site. Jerry, a swing from the high ground, takes 1, so we stay even at a 4 versus 4. As all that chaos was going on, the vent drop has been successful. Bomb has been planted, and Snappy even left to lurk up towards the A site. Jerry now on the ramp looks for the retake. Shelfie as well, working from over towards Secret to find some space back onto the site. The Only will come on through for Dark Sphinx, though. He's found a gap in it at Hades. He's found a shot at Jerry to go down. Snappy's lurk finds impact. That confirms it. Just to save here, Shelfie and Zordy keep their guns into the next. ENCE, they lose out on one, but immediately recover. And Snappy even has the position to deny this save.
Not going to be able to do that at the very least, but still huge damage done. A massive blow to the eco here. Zorta's going to be able to get the last just to keep them healthy going into the next. So there's plenty of cash to paper over this buy, but for forZe, you're starting to get into that situation where it's about the rounds, right? Keeping your economy healthy going forward is only so good if you can eventually have that moment where you turn things on and you start to pick up rounds, and they haven't gotten there yet. So the timeout's going to come in. This is where you need to start to tweak things. You need to start to adjust things. It's not working. Whatever the game plan is to this point, it's time to start to shift people around. Wow. Snappy with more opening kills in the first half of Ancient than forZe had entirely. That is badonkers.
That's wild. And that was all in, I believe, their CT side as well. What? What
it
a
was
barrel.
mostly with the threat in towards Jaguar and Cave. He was just doing so much damage with that.
Going all the way back to the pistol round with the quaddies coming out. Now we're in a new game. We're in a new scenario. forZe, off that save, they'll be able to keep the money rolling. At least for another round here. But ENCE's pace in the past two has found some great success for him. What do they do in this one? A little bit more pressure towards the outside. Things will throw his default set of utility over towards lobby and hold for any kind of crunch that might be attempted. But while space is being taken outside, there's an attempted aggression for forZe. They don't find anything. The util pushes them back, so we stay at a deadlock.
A moment. Look at how far back ENCE is. They're going to reset to throw the outside smokes. Even wary about having deep positioning in towards ramp. Here come the smokes around. Everything's been tossed. Util set up. Going on in. There's nothing easy to indicate what's happening here. Shelfie is given that responsibility for outside. Meanwhile, Zorta is working his way up lower. That could be huge. Jerry drops, though. The info peak came in. The info peak was punished, and they are in towards the lobby. So even if this op comes around, he's not likely to find much of anything at all. Instead, it's Snappy to try and work this lurk to just sort of plug in, hang out. And is this a run boost?
Oh.
No, it's a boost up.
Yeah.
Got excited for a moment. It was way too far back to be a run boost, though.
Could have been fun to see, but KenZ looking to have some fun with the AUG. He's just a highlight with this weapon, but it's only 2 this time. 80's on the trade, but Shelfie to continue to claim this space. It's going to be an attempt for something over towards Mini, but Shelfie claims Hades as well. They tried to pop flash through the smoke. That was a failure. So now on a 2 versus 3, you have to keep your eyes on Snappy because he's found a backstab here, creeping up towards Hell. Shelfie, which direction is he looking? His eyes trained over towards the door. The timing good, but Snappy wins the fight. So we're into a 2 versus 2. This lower sight open, boring one man. That Zordy with the timing takes the first shot, and just look at the time. There's none left. There's no chance for this round. Snappy just has to concede and fall away.
Clocked.
He won't even get to keep the gun. Was it after time? I think so. Unfortunate for Snappy, but huge for forZe.
Fortunately for him, he's got 49.50 in reserve, so he'll be able to buy regardless. But yeah, he just got clocked. There might be some limitations in this round. Huge round for forZe. Huge round to take in a big play as well with Kenzie in towards the ramp room. Right? That AUG and Shelfie as well doing work. Just a nice round. It's that classic, you know, I've got the AUG, I'm posted out. That is the ideal fight to take with the AUG, where they just peek around the corner one by one. Mow down, absolute laser beam of kills. A really tough angle to fight there. Norvey gonna get one. He is traded, but there's a pincer, there's a crossfire here, and Jerry playing from the back of the cooling towers is doing good work, dropping on down. That's gonna be their death. Shelfie was waiting for them, and he's starting to get a little hype. A little bit of noise coming out there from Shelfie. forZe maybe getting activated on into this game, getting a little bit of the energy flowing, getting the juices going here, because these are big rounds to take.
Big rounds indeed, and finally the money drying up for ENCE. They're stuck down onto the pistols for this round, and this is where momentum can start to be gained on in for this forZe team. It was an early start over towards ramp to get things going, and another play down the vents to continue the momentum. Shelfie wants to pick up where he left off as he posts towards outside. ENCE, what do they have to work with in way of utility in this round? Nothing. They're just looking for the duels, and Shelfie, you don't need the scope when you got the crisp aim. will take Dodo down from the top of the marshmallow.
Man, oh man, just give them some AUG and these boys will put in work. Tell you what. Looking for more. Hades does get an answer, but the trade is instant and the damage is massive. Spinks has found himself a little bit of a cheeky angle. Player getting a little bit ahead of themselves in ENCE. So now what can he do with his AK? 1 minute on the clock, time to work with. Has the bomb still on his belt. They know where he was. And they've got really deep positions in towards lobby. They've still got the oversight outside. He has a single smoke to work with. That's not really enough to guarantee him any safe passage outside. He's going to continue to try and work this schmallow. See if he can't find some sort of control and just kind of walk it. He will have been heard dropping down. That's why you see Jerry coming in to react to it. And there's the spot. There's the kill. Nicely done from forZe. Not to let that slip away from them in the slightest. And they're just one round away from tying this up.
Was just the Glocks invested there, so getting a couple kills, maybe starting to look for a chance. You don't hate that if you're on the side of ENCE, but for forZe, this is where the building blocks become skyscrapers. If they can get the momentum rolling and start to look towards those 9-6s, those 10-5s, they'll be feeling good, but this is their test. ENCE, with the ability to work with utility on the back end of it. The pacing is back down to their default. Throw that wall of smokes for outside, but what they might not be ready for is forced aggression. 3 players pushed up. It's already claiming 1 the second of the adjustment from the op. Huge way to get things rolling for the Russians.
Spam being attempted here by ENCE. Oh, that nade can be chunky. It goes past them, but they're ready with the guns to deal with the players that may come through. And indeed, they do. A clean round for forZe as they tie the scoreline up. The eco has built up. Zordy nearly has 16K. In fact, he might have coming into this before buying up some utility. And this now is looking a little more distressing for ENCE off of that really hot start. They have been stumped through these last few. And it seems like a technical timeout is going to come in to potentially maybe lead to a little bit of a reset in that momentum.
Yeah, and honestly, if you're gonna have to stumble upon a technical timeout, not the worst of times, like you said. ENCE, reset for a second, talk through as a team. Obviously, no coach in the conversation, but the team as a whole to work through the ideas, to cool on down, and well, the other side of things to cool forZe on down. They've been on a hot streak for these last couple of rounds, and a big part of it has been the control towards outside. Zordy, most rounds getting aggressive with that AWP, finding success early on. I wouldn't hate to see ENCE maybe pick up the pace towards inside a little bit. Those A hits that were just expedient early on in this game found some success. They've been able to create space towards the ramp, open up some opportunities for a lurk outside off that early showing. There are options. We'll have to see which one they end on, as the nature of the pause is still unknown, but we'll get things back rolling soon as possible.
Yeah, hopefully quickly. Hopefully quickly. No problems here. Looks like we had a disconnect, reconnect. If the player's alive indicator is to be believed, always a classic. The old restart, and we're back up to 5. So that should be encouraging. As we fly around the Cedar Creek nuclear power plant, the safest plant in the world. You're not allowed to park anywhere, man. Can't park over by secret, so no camping secret. There's a loading zone outside of many. I don't know what that would imply in Counter-Strike terms. What would a loading zone imply, Mimi?
I don't know. Trying to think. Maybe not with the nade update. Tossing some nades over your teammate, loading them up with the util. I feel like we haven't.
They could mark spawn as a loading zone. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, it makes sense. But it's an old parking zone over towards the CT spawn at least, so can't stay there for too long.
T-spawn is the parking lot, or at least the entrance from the parking lot.
There's like 3 parking lots on this map. It's crazy. Lots of parking for a nuclear power plant.
You need a lot of people in a nuclear power plant, apparently.
I suppose. We only need 10 for a game of Counter-Strike.
That's true. They all drove 2 cars.
1 car apiece. Lots of space for amenities, but we're back into the action. 5-5, the score line. forZe favoring the momentum, but ENCE looks to fight back in. Just the Dex and the Deegs in this round, and well, things look a little bit quicker. Everyone posting up towards the inside. This is just a fast hit towards upper. The spray good for Shelfie. Ooh, the flames. He'll survive it for now. Knocked down to 18 HP. This is Norvi anchoring atop the hut. Yeehaw. close on the angle as Hades spams away, and Dodo, his eyes are trained heavily on the screen. He's looking for a duel towards the outside. He has an opportunity against Shelfie with the shot. Can't find it, only needed a body shot to win things out in the nade. Oh, not going to finish him off. Dodo stays alive in the corner as Norby is forced to drop on down. That sound cue has been heard, but Jerry's there as the supportive element. These two together, working combination to keep things flawless as the anti-eco, well, it goes swimmingly.
Just a fast and faces there. You can't escape. You can't get away from them. Everywhere you look, there's another player to knock you on down. forZe looking very comfortable in these last few rounds, and their money does reflect it. As previously mentioned, it becomes a pretty tricky situation to deal with on a CT side. They're going to have everything they could possibly want in every possible round. Well, not quite that much that yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. A lot of moolah. That's going to come through. Dika has taken some space through red box. I'll be trying to hold him, but no, he is down. He is down. Bit of damage, but nothing substantial, and he's going to have a face-off with Zorta. He's posted up on the angle. Spam here is risky. The name of the game is going to be patience.
Patience indeed. Jerry just on the jiggle. Smoke queued up. Is Norby. Oh, he'll push his way through the hut. This is well timed, but it leaves Jerry alone. And Jerry loses out on his dual Sphinx as well. Opens things up onto Norby. So now with just 3 left alive, forZe tasked with this retake. They have one still anchoring back towards the ramp. Selfie on a retake. I mean, so much money left. It's already nearing the maximum. Why not give this a try at least? Damage the economy best you can, but still, the round feels unwinnable. There's a call to be made here. Save seems to be just that. It's already still down below. He's the man up at 15k. He can stick around for a bit. Oh, to get a frag or two here on the way out.
Just going to withdraw. They're going to play a very conservative economic game. There's no reason to give an op over. That's the other factor, right? Yeah, maybe he doesn't need to save the AWP, but if he gives one over to the opponent, then suddenly they don't need to buy one. Playing 4D chess here in his brain. He's thinking it all the way through. He's ready. We're hitting round 13 here. And look, 6 rounds on Nuke on the T side. It's already acceptable, but considering the start here for ENCE, it would be massively disappointing for them to walk away with just these 6.
They look for more here, as the pace seems to have been their success point in a lot of these rounds. The fast upper executes have been good for this team. Simple stuff here on Nuke, but successful stuff regardless. They'll pull their way back in towards their default with a bit less of an emphasis on outside, at least for now. Everyone retreats towards spawn to keep up those smokes. Maybe try and sneak over towards secret. They've put an emphasis outside, but most rounds, they haven't actually claimed that secret position with more than one player. Usually it's just a lurk. This might be a bigger force pushing forward, but no, just DreamHack for now. Instead, the bomb is postured inside. They may still look to finish towards upper. Shelfie looks to investigate what's going on. He's unknowing of DreamHack's position, but they should suspect this. On the scene is Dorty, working his rotation to hold that angle. Inside, up top the hut is Norby. They wait for the smokes to fade on the ENCE camp. It's down below. DreamHack throws a molly, shows his position. Hades up above, takes down top hut anchor, and now it's Jerry again. He's been in this position so many times. He's been tested so many times, and this time he's working well. 2 for him, a second double for Shelfie, and now it's just DreamHack. He was the lurk down below. Found at least 1 frag for his team. That's the only one they were able to pick up. Instead, that was, of course, the one inside. Not him finding success down below. He avoided that duel. Now he'll find one. Kenzie outside. Damage dealt onto these players, but does he even want to go for it?
I think damage might be the name of the game. Obviously, you're not really able to break down this eco, but 1 or 2 more kills maybe in the last round of the half. You get to a point where they don't have the money. But with only 10 seconds to go, he really doesn't want to get clocked. So this is going to be a save. He's going to go ahead and tuck on in. He's going to keep this AK alive into the next. He's just going to keep it going for the team. And he will be allowed to do so. They're going to be fine to buy back in on our ends, but forZe, that's a very big round for the forZe side. Jerry and Shelfie have been a dynamic duo defending this A site. Jerry dancing behind the cooling towers and Shelfie coming back in from mini. We've seen it again and again and again. It's quite the wombo combo, and ENCE are struggling to deal with it.
Struggling indeed. Hades has the ult back up this round. Where is he going to head with that one? For now, it's just setting up this utility again. Towards outside is already called him out. For good reason, he looks to take an early duel here. Not given away just yet. Oh, that nade. Not quite finding its mark.
This push from Zorda could be really interesting, especially if Jerry goes along with him. This is aggression in towards lobby that we really haven't seen much for forZe. And there's going to be the catch. Zorta just waiting, patient, not overextending with that AWP. Gets himself a kill. He's got this vision zoned out. He can continue to use utility to apply pressure. Nearly gets chased, but he'll get the kill. Snappy aim from the offer. Will have to back away, but they've already done the damage. And there's no real response from ENCE. They've got to go eventually. But a bit of tag damage is just not worth the price of admission. So he's going to come back in for more. The ball's on this man. 7 health to his name, but he does not care. One more kill in his back pocket, and he may just have single-handedly secured round 8. Hades looking to at least pose some questions, Mimi, but I just don't think this is happening. Hades won. A Molly to give them a chance, but that drops the bomb, and now Hades completely isolated here. He's going to dip.
No other choice, really. Keep this gun into the next. AWP can be so powerful in his hands. He'll look for maybe someone greeting to take him down, but no one's pushing for it just yet. With 10 seconds left, this will be conceded. forZe up to 8, and as we near the end of the half, you painted this picture of 6 being a disappointing story for ENCE, but it might be near the best they can muster. forZe has been working this lockout defense, and they've been rather adaptable with it. That's the first round where we've seen much lobby aggression whatsoever, and it works wonders just for one man in way of Zorta getting his 3 little kills there. Closing things on out. The buy for ENCE, not stellar. Utility, it's going to be lacking in a big way. Only a couple smokes, 1 flash and nade. Snappy can probably invest into a little bit more to work with, but still rough around the edges. A tactical timeout is called to figure out the play for ENCE. The difference between a 9-6 here and a 7-8 is huge. ENCE want to get this one going and hope to roll into that second half with a bang.
There we go. All right, Hades. 60% opening duel success rate this year. Zai who? It's all about Hades here. Or as we call him, Baities.
But is he Baities if he's finding that much success in the opening duels? Sometimes.
Did Alvin just say no to that one?
I think so.
Our producer broke his silence. He hasn't spoken during the cast once today to say no to that specific joke. And that's how I know it was worth it.
Good spray there. Shelfie finds some damage on 2. Edie's and Ziha. Both a little worse for their wear as Dodo still chills up top of the marshmallow. Nearly a timing there. Onto the man rotating into big garage. That's Shelfie now posted into the close quarter. Just over a minute left on the clock still. Spawn will begin to creep up outside. Smokes have been deployed to maybe allow a drop down towards secret. They've been conditioning these smokes round after round, but when they do something with it in this one, Sphinx back towards his spawn, throws one out as Hades, not Hades in this round. He opens it up again, finds success over Shelfie, a man who has been a thorn in the side for the likes of ENCE is already repost on the line. Smokes have faded. The options are limited, but Tia, I didn't even notice him. So deep past big garage brings his advantage to a 5 versus 3, but look who else is outside. One more player, Kenzie, close on the edge, just below the staircase. Tia, does this angle get checked? Inches closer and closer. Head shows for both, but it's Kenzie to win it out. Something to bring the odds more even, and Jerry has a gap. The smoke clears. The spray's good for at least the first, but Hades on the trade still. Jerry's alive and in a good position. It just has to be him for this clutch. And while he finds one, it will not be enough to win things on out. forZe just barely squeaking ahead at 8. Will it be enough to stay alive?
I'm bulletproof, don't ever lose. Put the evil in the devil and I'm letting loose. I'm an earthquake, make your bones shake. There's no question I'm the king, I always dominate. A perseverance come with, better remember it. Look at what I can do, walking all over you. Incredible, it's criminal. I never lose, I'm bulletproof. So we don't give up. Dirty. So we don't give up. So don't come around here feeling lit. Like a record on rotation, I'll leave you hit. Can't incriminate myself, so let me plead the fifth. I ain't saying one word like I ain't got a lit. Passport stamped up, it looks like you travel. I wanna see more in the world than Big Apple. Sad song, funeral nights and street chapel. So we don't give up. So we don't give up. So we don't give up. Dirty. So we don't give up.
A close half score line does seem to hedge the odds over towards ENCE, and it seems like 1xBet agrees. Holy cow, they are starting to stack those ads on pretty heavily for the Finnish organization. forZe, it's looking a bit dire for them, but they do still have the lead, and a quick pistol round here could go a long way to making them feel a bit more confident.
And it would. Dink's coming through. Damage on Sphinx. He'll hold close in the corner, and damage dealt still as Hades up top can't find anything off the dualies. Blinds were there, but it stays 1-for-1 in the trade department. The Shellfet onto Dodo. D-Hop over on the rotation will work his way up towards heaven. This just has to be the retake for this ENCE squad. And what do they have in the back pocket? Nothing for utility. No kit on any of these players. Not sure where a kit may have fallen, but they might just look to recover. Snappy up top finds Norvy. Sphinx as well, able to get his impact, but they have to take care of Kenzie over towards second vent, and that task done swimmingly. It's Jerry alone, 1 versus 3 in the spam away. It's good for initial damage, but not enough for the frag. A clean retake out of ENCE.
Well done there. Well done. The initial phase was good. Surprised the dualies on hot didn't get anything going, but it is going to be a pistol round, and by hook or by crook, they're going to be pretty darn happy with that. Still giving the bomb plant up here. You'd imagine forZe going to come in with a force buy here. Try and make a real game of this in terms of the bolster. The battle back in from Mini, huge. Sphinx once again delivering for the squad. He's been a little quieter in this game than perhaps we're used to. It's been Hades who's leading the charge. Beatties. Now that I know Alvin doesn't like it, I just want to say it more.
Just bully him.
I'm just
You gotta keep
broken
up
in
your
that way.
relationship with him. You can't bully the guy too
Oh,
much.
he's great. He's great. Big fan of this whole crew. Let's see, what does Hades want to do with this scout? He's going to lock down outside. That's a position you would perhaps expect from it. He's Come to play on around. Spinks locking them down. 1, 2, make it 3. And now Spinks is coming alive. Dodo with the last. Just a little casual shot to the back again. Could have gone for the knife there, Dodo, if you wanted style points. But that's okay. Just secure the round. I get it. That's fine. No problem. Just knife him.
Success over style, I would say, should be the priority for most of these players.
Substance.
You reckon?
All the way. Yeah.
I suppose there's a benefit to the knife. A little more money in the back pocket. Maybe it's the strategic decision in that situation, but the safe decision was the one that was made. ENCE edge ahead. At least one round here. This forest just going to be stuck down onto these Deegs. No utility to back it on up. This one just up to aim duels for the Russians to try and get something done, and a tag found, but Hades, his scout hits better at that range.
Scout does hit like a Mack truck. Straight to the brain. I love how clearly you can see when Dodo's looking at his mini-map, right? Just, it must be something to do with the distance he plays on or the positioning of his map, but literally when he's looking at his mini-map, his eyes just full flip. It's very visual. Hades connecting more damage outside, looking for another kill. He's got it. 3 to his name. And this scout is causing all sorts of issues. You got a Blair up on top of the Schmallow. Shelfie. That's about it working for them. And now he's been laid low. Norvi alone in the lobby, and they have given him nothing to work with.
Nothing whatsoever. Just a man in a dark room. And dark prospects for this round. 1 versus 5, that's what's required of him. Only 3 to his name thus far in this game. Even if he can't win it, getting some damage would be a blessing, but nothing presented. ENCE is playing this one close to their chests, and it's a ripper to close things out. 4 in the round. This man on the scout, and ENCE, they get to play a perfect bonus round here. No damage taken. They convert that one flawlessly. They'll give a nice little benefit to the early game economy of the Finnish organization's side. force. Maybe looking to some pressure towards upper here with that utility raining in, but what they have to be worried about is Sphinx instead. He'll set himself outside. It's a good flash to knock him away. He even dodges it in real life. That's how committed he is. But Diha there to aid his teammate. Sphinx not hit by the molly, so he can just tuck close on T-Red. Down below towards Secret, there's an additional member 3 positioned for this fight outside in force. They've walked straight on into it now. Now maybe have some thoughts, have some second thoughts about it. Is Zordy still just hold on to this angle? He knows the Sphinx can still be posted and the swing's there, but the frag is not now. Only 2 left alive. Jerry finds something on D-Hop to trade things on out, but space is so minimal. They have nothing outside despite the damage that they took in the fight for that space, and they've conceded any control they had towards this upper bomb site. Dodo still sitting above the hut, looking to find some damage down below. 40 seconds still on the clock. There are options, but with this man disadvantage and with the positioning of ENCE, it feels nearly impossible.
In the eyes of Dodo, just shifting around there, waiting to see if he gets any indication of player positioning. Up to Jerry to make a hero play here. It looks like in Noel, the veteran IGL is not going to be able to get it done this time. Left to Norvi, his young gun, and his young gun's got nothing going, nothing happening here. 11 rounds on the board for ENCE, 4 in a row to start out this half, and they have not given anything over to forZe.
Nothing is free.
Right?
And this buy's not looking great. Galil invested, that's the most valuable. Whoa, no. Already?
Snappy. I could have sworn I saw it. I know I saw it. There it is. Snappy's rocking the auto sniper. Where's he going to go with it? That's been purchased over. Dodo dropping that for his in-game leader. That's going to be ramp. Yeah. That's it. I mean, it's a good spot to hold with an auto, frankly. If they come around that corner, it's like the better AUG, you know? Just going to delete, erase, vaporize. They have gone for the vent drop successfully, I might add. Now the auto on the retake, maybe a little less successful. D-head down. Now it's starting to get a bit nervous. Snappy gonna drop the Molotov, but they're planning in the smoke, so they really don't care.
No, they do not. But this auto can try and hold the cross, post up on ramp, but Norvy takes down Hades. That's another gun recoverable, but look at the HP. One on Norvy. The auto starts to show its might, and now the only healthy man remaining is ENCE. But you're right, so much was put into this round. A save the call. I don't know. I wouldn't hate to see them give it a try. They had position and ramp. They know at least on 2 of these players that the health is low. Some of that was unconfirmed damage, but still probably the safer call all in all. forZe, I'll take it.
I think part of the risk is A, a lot of that damage is unconfirmed, and B, you don't want to give guns over.
No.
Part of that's the, you don't want to give the auto over, certainly.
How good is a T-side Nuke auto, though?
Not really. Yeah, not great. I would say maybe mini.
Maybe in a
or
ranked
for that
game?
ramp fight.
Pretty strong.
Yeah,
Here?
not here. Not here. Not ideal. Just shotgun it coming through the squeaky door.
Good work. Good work.
Shotgun auto, underrated.
I'll believe when I see it.
I'm telling you, no scope autos. That's the meta. Just make the hut play with an auto sniper. ENCE going to take a timeout here to figure out how best to deploy the auto now that they've got it.
Maybe the trolling came out a little too early. Is what I'm starting to think.
I don't think it's a troll. I legitimately don't think it's a troll. I think it's a
you think
when
this
we
is something
have
they
enough
have like
money.
pre-planned? That they're like, we are committed to the auto on this one for the ramp hold?
I don't think they're committed to the auto. I think it's a luxury, right? When we have X amount of money and we've just got a ton of spare cash, I'll hold ramp with an auto, because then if they just come through with a rush, I'm going to dismantle them. I think that's legitimately a call for Snappy. I don't expect Snappy to be the one to troll this early on in an important game.
I wouldn't think so, but at the same time, right? You can always get a little BM. You have the money for it, but the auto, maybe it's a double-edged sword. Something they can plan for, and on top of that, you hear the tapping away. That auto sniper, it strikes fear in your opposition, but the sniper that maybe you should be even more worried about is Hades, because he has been hidden. Now it's not just a scout, it's an op on the outside. All of force are posted just behind T-Red.
You see that? He's leaning back, and then he starts to scope in. He sits forward. There's going to be one for free. He's got it. Molly goes down to cover up his cross. He's back. He's away. 1 kill gained, and now in the garage. They're going to come test the auto. There's 1. There's 2. Not going to get the 3rd, but there you see the effect of the auto in play. Puts this into a dire situation, and sorte needs to try and survive, try and stay alive. He's been spotted. He knows he's been tagged. He knows he's been spotted. He knows they've zoned on in, and they are going to get the round. Do they want the auto back?
Get it.
Nope, can't get there in time. Not going to happen for Dodo.
No reinvestment for it either. It had its moment, and you know what? You're starting to prove its worth there. Snappy does great from a little off angle back towards big garage, and now the economy of force very much damaged in this one. 2 Deagles, a Galil, only 2 AKs to work with. The utility is here. Maybe they just go for something quick towards upper. I wouldn't hate to see the pace increase, especially with the weaponry that we're showing. And is this the round? Dodo, they'll spam away. He's flashed up for now. It's the early utility. They're not following it quite yet. Now that might open the door. Jerry has run so fast outside and claimed Dodo, but the trade comes back through. Hades onto shelf. Faye is Jerry. Claims D-Hob, but the trades continue. Back and forth. We stay even, but the bomb is down. Hades, he wants to be a snapping turtle close in. We talk about the no-scope auto, but can the no-scope op find it? Not quite. Sphinx, though. As a frag, and the wrap is there. Snappy fells that bomb back to the floor as Jerry finds himself in a 1 versus 2. His HP is low. His position is noted. There's a player holding for this angle, and the headshot cannot be found. It's ENCE finding their way to a 13.
In-game leader on in-game leader, too. And now we're starting to get to the end game here. There's not too many more swings at this particular pinata for forZe. They gotta crack on through, or it's going to be their turnover. They're going to be the sad kid on the side of the party who didn't get any candy. Here comes the round. What do they want to bring in? This investment, it's kind of the worst of both worlds. We've got 2 rifles up, a MAC-10, a tech. It's kind of weird, but they're going to go for the vent drop again. They did have some success with it. Yeah, Norvy eventually finds his way down the vent. Had to relocate just a little bit. What can he do with this MAC-10 in the position now? Player dancing around the red box as well to potentially support him. Snappy down lower to deal with the presence and no one to meet up with it just yet. Good timing on the Molotov will prevent the ramp push from coming through. That's what they want to do. They want to split onto this ramp position. you have to wait just a moment longer, and every second that passes, it's more and more likely that Norvi gets spotted. He has been seen. There's the kill that comes through. Now they can defend this site comfortably. Hades even staying this close by the shutters is bold, to say the least. But it is going to be enough to coax them back up to reset. Without that presence going down secret, they don't want to deal with this. But speaking of presence on secret, look at ENCE. He's just walked outside. No one was looking. No one was checking. And he might catch the timing, but no. Snappy is always ready. Dodo next up at the plate, but he will not connect on his swing. Pressure coming through. Jerry nearly chased out of it, but Dika, target-rich environment here in just a few moments, and they're trying to get on in towards A. Just players all over. Hades with a no-scope from the ladder. Style points galore. Bonus multiplier on that one, and now Jerry with the rifle is going to have to pull off something amazing if they're to have a chance at this round. His teammate just stuck onto the deagle, but Zorta is the one to connect, not able to take the first. Jerry is able to get more, and there's the shutdown. Snappy with 4 kills in the round here, Mimi. A massive play. These last few, he has taken matters into his own hands, first with the auto, and now with the rifles.
That he has. Snappy proven true to his name in the defense, and his well-timed rotation down towards the B bomb site was crucial because he completely cuts off that split that was planned. A molly towards the ramp aids in that endeavor, and then he just gets some style points on top with a no-scope down vent from Hades. Talk about players that are having a standout performance, and well, for me, it's Hades. So many rounds, especially towards outside. This guy has been finding impact in the early game, but another fun fact, forZe came up with just 2 flash assists on map 1 to ENCE's 11. That's a rough sign.
All right, well, timeout's expiring. Time to go for forZe. Do or die, just about. Series point looming ahead of ENCE. And Diho will start the party off early. Insta-kill on towards ENCE outside. Just deletes their lurker there, deletes all presence they might have, and leaves his teammates with a much more comfortable situation to chill out and see what's going to come through from the forZe side. They got nothing to show for it, right? They're stuck back in a lobby. They might go try and exert some influence outside again, but it's given them nothing easy to seize upon. And this is a good setup if they want to test it towards ramp. The ops zoomed in. Snappy's looking for more, and Dodo continues to collect bodies. So this is starting to look a bit dire for forZe. They haven't gained anything. No map control, no real information, and no kills. Certainly another one bites the dust, and another one's gone, and another one's gone, and that was nearly a collateral. The Maldi certainly missed as a result of it, but they do survive, and that's enough. Once they're scoped in, they can't afford to go too far, too fast, too early. The information on both players known, and look at the positioning, the control of the bomb firmly established. It doesn't matter if they get lower. They have to go back. They have to go back. And at this point, ENCE should know everything.
They're so aware. Outside the hold continues. There's so many angles to worry about and so low HP. The second contact is broken. A swing will come out from multiple angles. It's Diha up above. And it's Norvi all on his own. 1 versus 4. The time is ticking down at this point. That bomb should not be plantable. This round should not be winnable. Dodo, he might fall. The HP was low, but continue to watch the timer because that'll end it all. Sphinx to close it out and find series point for ENCE.
Series point achieved, and they've only dropped the 1 round in this half. I mean, only 1 round in this entire half. So for forZe, the picture is bleak. They need to win 6 in a row here, and they need to pull those out of a pocket we did not, to this point, know existed. So here comes the play. Deagle for ENCE had the spare capital to actually buy something a bit in the SG train, but wanted the D, wanted that one-shot headshot potential. I respect it. So let's see what the play is going to be here. Again, back in towards lobby. The outside presence has been punishing. Diha has been collecting bodies there these last few rounds. And so they seem to be a bit wary about testing it. It's going to be the smokes outside to give them a path on down, and we'll see what the response is. It's Hades' position with the AWP in Big Garage this time. Where is Diha? Diha in Mini. Oh, one nearly found. They're giving him opportunities. Can't be doing that. Need to back away, and now Diha's going to come into the fight, but this time he loses it. He was baited through some missed opportunities from Hades, but a Molotov will slow them down, section them out a bit. Not much, though. Some damage taken, but still a path down towards secret established. Now they can fight for lower.
Oh, Dodo, this is such a good position. If this wing can come well timed, he can go huge. So much
Awkward.
damage already onto Norvi, but he can't follow it up. Remember Snappy, though. Plays close on the glass. If they push towards his position in that control room, there's a chance as the smoke goes down. That expands. Hades now on the scene. These two players, they've been so big thus far. Can they continue the path started? The flash forward. Does he check on Snappy's angle? He should be wary. This is at least a possibility. It's Jerry instead. The first base, and the Galil wins that duel. The op, though. Look on the trade. It's Hades for at least the first, but the smoke allows cover, and Kenzie finds the timing. The swing forward. Hades' head is removed, and Sphinx now into a 1 versus 4. There's damage, but it should be unconfirmed. And with the money in a good position, but not an excellent one, he may just look to hold on to this weapon. A little bit of damage on the way out would be fantastic if forZe gives it to him, but round is done. forZe finally finds success on a hit towards lower.
Exits would be wonderful, but yeah, I appreciate not overcommitting into these fights early on. Yes, your economy's great now, but I mean, there's a theoretical world where this comes down to round 30, and you want to be able to have a buy there too. No reason to force it. This is only the second round forZe have managed to win this half. You don't have to feel uncomfortable about this at all.
Match point still looming over forZe, as ENCE will have plentiful money for this reinvestment. The op back out for Hades. A couple crucial missed shots from him in that previous round. He had an opportunity for the duel towards outside, but it did not quite work out in his favor. It's been good thus far with these opening kills. We'll have to see if he can stick to that form. Where are they headed with this one? Things staying a little bit more default. They've tried to exploit outside, but they know that ENCE is good to adapt, so they won't overstay their welcome. They won't test Hades twice, at least not early on in this round, as folks will get queued up to try something in that direction, but again, space has been lost out on. That's the close push from DreamHack. Hades is providing the cover to get him in that position.
DreamHack dancing. There's a utility around. DreamHack right up in their face, unable to get the kills here. That was bold to say the least, and he will boldly be dropped. Hades, they're toying with him again. They've got the smokes down to cover it. Hasn't been able to connect on these quick op flicks. Is there a gap? Oh, no. Not quite. It's covered off. He's not able to find his counterpart on the other side, but as the smoke fades, Zortis overstays his welcome. Extends the invitation, and the invitation explodes on him. They slumped over by the fence, thinking about his actions after that gut punch of an op shot. Now here is somewhat of an interesting setup, right? Because right now, Shalfie is alone with the bomb. Norvy's going to come in to help him, but if Snappy pushes the vending machines here, gets hungry for a snack, ooh, he's going to find the business end of Norvy's gun. That could have been bad, though, timing-wise. If he'd been through early, Shalfie was very much alone, so a risk taken in this round, but now they're going to start to wrap on in towards A. And from Mini, Dota will find one, only one, but Spinks getting more. Another player's hot. Hades now strikes from the cooling tower. It's all onto Shalfie. Shalfie finds the first. One more clutch. 10 seconds to go, but it's Hades tight up to hit the shot and secure the match. A sigh of relief there from Hades as he nets the first win of their DreamHack Open 47 campaign.
That he does.